All right. As contractors, we are, scattered constantly, like our mental energy is scattered constantly, at least in our growing stages. And even after growing to a certain point, like we are on our job site and we are trying to run business as well, and we are physically in one place, but we are mentally in a lot of places at that time. We are living two realities in one moment. We are constantly trying to run our business as well, and we are trying to constantly, be on the job site as well. And if you are like you're the contractors, like if you're the contractor, like you are doing estimates, you are the salesperson, you are the decision taker, of course, but you are the guy who take orders, you are the guy who send out estimates, quotations, you are the guy who drives to in-home site visits. So and you can't take a Friday off, and you can't tell homeowners, you can't like let just homeowner tell like understand that. Please do not call it a Saturday night. Come on. But yeah, I can understand that, right? So why is that? You want more freedom and you want more wealth. Let's talk about freedom, of course. So, like, like, how do we fix it, right? So, the problem comes here when, because, like, contractors, as contractors, we are constantly, like, rigged, like, we are constantly tricked with like, we are always, watching out for some one piece, or, we do not see the whole picture. What I say is, we do not see the whole picture. We are always tricked to see the one picture, like, some if you watch a video, or someone helps businesses whatever to grow, they will tell like cold calling is the way to go, or door knocking is the way to go, or you know marketing is the way to go, or referrals is the way to go. But look, I can totally understand that is the way, don't get me wrong, that is the way, but that is not the whole picture, my friend. Like, that is not a contractor business, right? Like, that is not the whole picture. You are not seeing the whole picture. And what I'm about to tell you, it would be two-part videos. There would be two videos. This is the first part. Next part would be coming, but understand this. Like, we do not look at the whole picture, and of course, like, I'm repeating myself, but look, what I'm like, about to explain here will sound a little bit of extreme, but you have to understand that like, extreme efforts create extreme results. Mediocre efforts and simple efforts create mediocre and simple results. What I'm about to explain, and what I'm about to discuss here is kind of deep, and it will look and sound extreme, and it will sound like alien to you, because no one discusses this way. No one discusses deep ends of this thing, which I'm going to do right now. So pay focus, and pay attention here, and let's get started. So, what is happening here? Market is evolving fast as possible, and it is evolving at its fastest speed in history so far. Why? There's a reason for it. Okay, like, just a second. All right. Sorry for that. All right. So there are a couple of reasons market is evolving that fast. First is tech, AI, of course, but not in a way that you might maybe like think, but like, and trust is getting low. That's a big one, and the biggest one is attention span. For your business or to attract customers, you have to get attention. That's what we call getting a lead. We have to get attention of someone on your website, on your business, to call you. And that is what we are losing, guys. Attention span is fucked today in today's people, because everyone has access to short form content, instant gratification. 10-second videos have taken over. 10-second reels have taken over. So, what do I mean here? Market is evolving. And what has happened is, as contractors, we are not catching that pace. Got it? As contractors, we are not catching that pace of market. We are not, updating our scripts, our ad copies, our every process in our company to catch attention at that speed. And it will not feel like a big now, but you will pay a price in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Because a frog never, if like a frog never, feels heat if he is put it in a pot with cold water, but the flame is really low and it is boiling really slowly. It doesn't feel like it's boiling, so understand that. So when the market shifts, the market shifts, there are like business is a constant war, business is a constant, a piece of machine. Business is a machine, and it is a constant piece of machine that you have to constantly keep fixing and iterating and improving. So what happens is when market evolves, there's a thing happen called entropy. Now, entropy means like death or stop to something. I'm not familiar with exact terminology, but it means somewhere death or something like that, or stop or something, or something stops working. So entropy hits with everything you have in your business. It hits with your ad copies. It hits with your door knocking techniques. It hits with your content. It hits with your what do we call processes to get customers essentially. So, and what does entropy mean in this way? Entropy means when someone like stops getting stimulation from your stimuli. Stimuli means like whatever creates stimulation in your customer's mind, we will call it stimuli. Simple as that, you know. So what happens is entropy hits because if every because if a person have seen long enough a same ad copy, same type of hook, same type of question, same tone, same charisma, same processes, same quotations, just then you will fight on prices. Understand this. So what happens is people starts to get numb to your responses because they have heard it 10 times and you have been using it for fucking 5 years, 10 years, right? So what happens is then you hit a cap. Then you start making less money, you start getting less customers. Then what? Then what you need to do in order to get your business up again, you have to identify the bottleneck. Now we'll discuss this in the next part, but so, and if you have to improve, you have to locate the bottleneck. What is going on? What is going on wrong with my business? How do you do that? No response. I expected that because, like, you might say, "Oh, I just need more leads," but yeah, that could be case, but not probably not. Probably not. Could be, but probably not, right? So, and what happens is, you know, so what I'm trying to do here is, I have just told you what are the consequences of not implementing this. So what now happen, so I'll tell you, you have to think in systems. Let's get to the point, right? You have to think in systems essentially. And by systems I mean repeatable processes which can be executed by any team member with enough training and enough experience. That is a system. And a system includes an environment, inputs, which is just your customers, and that system processes, outputs, and feedbacks. And the way you deploy those, and the stimuli, and the processes, and how you deploy it, and your team members. This what makes a system, right? And in your machine, in your business, you have different types of systems. You have customer acquisition systems, you have sales systems, which is a subsystem of customer acquisition system, customer tracking system, whatever. So how does it goes, right? So let's say, like system means that people can replicate, as I already told you. Because like, look, if you want to go on a vacation, you cannot go. Why? Because you do not have any standard operating procedure. You don't have a system, repeatable system, a repeatable process which could be executed by your team members. And on top of that, nowadays you gotta pay. Like nowadays people are demanding and you gotta pay 20 hours, 25 $20, $25 per hour to the people, per hour to the people who are unexperienced. So you can't give, like, if you are given that much money per hour to an untrained person, then what you gotta do, you gotta have a good process and a repeatable process documented out with the training, so that whenever that customer comes, like, sorry, whenever that team member comes in or you hire him, he is executing the exact process which is needed. Now, what happens? Now, like, what you can do if you have that in place, whenever you wanna, if you want to take 1 week off or you want to take 2 week off, you can take. If you wanna go with a vacation with your kids, you can go for 2 weeks. Fucking 2 weeks for 15 days, you could go. But why? How? When your business, when your business is going on in background, how will that go? Making systems, repeatable systems. Now, understand this. A system, like, does having a system does not mean automatically it is good. It is just mean it's repeatable, right? Like, if you have a process for sales you have been using for 5 years, it doesn't mean it's good. Like, of course, like, if you're using 5 years, it's probably good, right? But what if it is not repeatable? It like another person can repeat it, then it's not good. Why? Because you have built a self-employment machine, not a business machine. Understood? So having a system and having a repeatable process, let's say you have a repeatable process, having that does not every time means that it would be good, right? Like, a process gets good over the years with enough testing, with enough market understanding, and enough iteration, and enough improvement, right? So, like, you must, like, what is, you know what, you have to evolve with the market, my friend. Like, you cannot stay where you are 5 years ago. Now, it sounds pretty, like, already given knowledge in the market, but the thing is, like, everyone says, like, surface level things, like, they say, yeah, change, marketing's changing, times are changing. No, it's not like that. It's like that market is evolving and you have to evolve. Market is evolving to get less attention. So what you got to do, you have to evolve your all marketing systems to capture attention at more faster speed. Now, how you do that, it's your job to figure out. And, you know, if market is changing to more trust skepticism, then you have to increase, be like, look, if you have to decrease doubt, let's say there's an issue that customers are not trusting you, customers are thinking that you're stupid, then there's doubt. So if you have to decrease doubt, you have to increase confidence. So you do not just increase confidence, or you do not just decrease doubt. You just, let's say, if you have to increase confidence, you decrease doubt. You remove the chunks of doubt. You see where the person has doubts, and you remove chunks of it. Like, every time, okay, here's a doubt chunk. So, like, you know, push aside the fucking doubt. Okay, here you have another doubt chunk, another doubt on the side, chunk, another doubt on the side, and from other way you keep pushing the confidence lever. How? By showing them we have done this much, by showing them we are in the business for this year. Like, of course, like, everyone says it, but you can say it in a different way, right? You cannot just say, like, we have been in this business for 20 years. If you want to say, sorry for that sound, animals are pretty active in my neighborhood. All right, so because, like, I live beside countryside, so yeah, look, let's say you have to say that we are in business for 20 years. So you do not have to say that we are in business for 20 years. They have heard it like fucking 50 times. What you gotta do? You gotta do that. Okay, I have seen that kind of leak. Or I have seen that kind of, craft, or that kind of leak, or that kind of water chip, and over the, like, we have been in business for 20 years, and every 5 out of 10 or every 8 out of 10 homes have that kind of water chip. And I understand that it takes a little bit of work in there, and like any kind of service you have, right? So, and then you will explain the trick is we will do this, and then we will do this, and then blah blah blah, and it will take this much here, and then it will look like this. And look, I have some photos for you how it will look. Let me know if it looks good to you. You have said the same thing. You have explained them that we are in business for 20 years, but in a different way. The way they like, the way they get attention, the way they give attention to you, right? So what I mean here is, Systems create freedom. Okay, like you going to in-home visits, you doing sales, you doing estimates, you doing all the jobs, that will not give you freedom, my friend. And in this world, in this capitalistic world, the best thing, the best gift we have got is to get freedom through systems, through repeatable processes, through businesses. It is the best gift business owners could get, which is working hardest while making systems and then get freedom and go on fucking weeks long vacations with your kids and your wife and your family and your parents. And or even alone, man. Fuck, no, like I hope you get a family, but going on vacations is not pretty good, yeah. But still, okay, let's get to the point, man. If you want freedom, create systems, work on systems, repeatable processes, and create trainings for those processes so that it becomes easy for your team to follow them and enjoy more scaling and freedom. And if you are if you're a contractor having problems with freedom and wealth and you are confused and whatever, like if you think like I'm aging faster and everything and homeowners think I'm stupid, that might be not the case. But yeah, you can check the link below. I like, I don't care if you do it or not, but it's pretty good for you. Ciao, 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 ciao.